The Versatech single-phase recloser by Hubbell Power Systems provides a versatile, reliable, long-lasting solution to protecting medium-voltage distribution circuits. 4 Versatech product lines are offered, each providing different functions and ratings to fit every single-phase distribution circuit application. The Versatech recloser is easy to install in any configuration, including pole mount, cross-arm or underhung, and a 3-phase pole-mounted bracket. 1 danger pole plaque is provided with each Versatech recloser to affix to the pole on which it is installed. Additional plaques may be ordered as well. As stated on each plaque, the Versatech is energized and should be operated and installed by trained personnel only. Additional warnings and dangers are discussed in an instruction manual, which is also provided with each Versatech recloser. When the Versatech recloser arrives, the box includes everything you will need to deploy the recloser into the field. This includes a mounting bracket, standoff insulator, battery and radio of choice. The included instruction manual provides instruction and visual steps for assembling the bracket and standoff insulator. Once assembled, the Versatech can be mounted on a pole with just 1 journeyman and a bucket truck. Once installed, the recloser can be opened or closed, placed in NR mode or HLT mode, and programmed from the ground with just the use of a hook stick. Using Hubbell Power Systems Versatech Programmer, the Versatech recloser is as simple to program as it is to install. With any Windows-based computer or an Apple iPad, the Versatech can be programmed prior to or after installation via a hardwired serial connection or via a wireless radio connection. The included instruction manual provides step-by-step instructions on how to connect to and program the various settings offered on each type of Versatech recloser. Once connected to a Versatech, a settings screen displays the basic recloser parameters of minimum trip, TCC curves, and number of trips before lockout. If programming via radio after installation, the user may simply connect to the unit via the radio, which broadcasts continuously with loads greater than 6 amps on the VTXC and 10 amps on all the other VTs. If the user is attempting to program the recloser while the unit is bypassed or when insufficient load is on the line, the red NR handle may be toggled to power the radio from an included primary lithium battery. The UI also includes additional user-selectable parameters, such as sequence coordination, cold load time, minimum response time, and handle delay time, which are offered on all Versatech reclosers. While others, such as programmable cold load pickup, sequence coordination lockout, asymmetric inrush restraint, SCADA compatibility, and power settings management are only offered on certain types of Versatechs. Each of these additional functions is detailed in the associated VT instruction manual. When the Versatech recloser is installed, there are 3 indicators on the outside of the housing that visibly show different states of the recloser and provide a few additional functions. First, the red non-reclose handle is used to place the Versatech recloser in one of 2 modes, non-reclose or hot line tag. When the recloser is in a closed state, non-reclose or NR mode will cause the recloser to open in one shot, following the TCC1 curve programmed for the first shot in the recloser trip sequence. If the recloser is in an open state, it can be closed when in NR mode. In the second, hotline tag mode, the recloser will open in one shot instantaneously or within half cycle. Once open, the recloser cannot be closed until HLT mode is removed. To aid a user in differentiating between the 2 modes, the beacon is utilized to visibly show that the recloser is in hotline tag mode. Specifically, the beacon will strobe in a blink, blink, blink pattern to indicate that the recloser is in HLT mode, and the beacon will not strobe at all when the recloser is placed in NR mode. However, in whichever mode, the red NR handle being toggled clockwise to a down position indicates that the recloser is in a one-shot to lockout mode. Located adjacent to the red NR handle is the yellow lockout handle. When toggled down or counterclockwise, this handle visibly indicates to a user that the recloser is in a lockout state and the circuit is open. The yellow handle will drop once the recloser has gone through all programmed shots in its shot sequence. When the recloser is gone to lockout and the yellow handle is down, the beacon will also flash in a blink-on, blink-off pattern for 4 hours to indicate that the recloser is locked out. Using the yellow handle, A user may also manually break the circuit at any time by pulling the yellow handle down to separate the contacts. If there is at least 5 amps of load present, a manual assist function will initiate the open without requiring added force to pull the contacts apart. Once the recloser is in an open state, indicated by the yellow handle being in the down position, the yellow handle can be used to close the contacts by simply pushing it back to the up position. The third external indicator, an LED beacon, is used to visibly show the recloser has gone to lockout or has been placed in an HLT mode via the red NR handle. Additionally, through use of the UI, the beacon may be flashed to identify the location of recloser, such as when there are more than one reclosers installed on a pole, or when there is little ambient light.